Good morning, everybody.
Hello.
We've just been rudely awakened.
Fire alarm went off.
Fire alarm. Thankfully, it was 7:15, so yeah, it wasn't.
We were getting up anyway.
We were kind of getting up.
For breakfast for 7:30, so we kind of had to get up.
Right, welcome to another Every Dish You station from the High Peak in Cromford. You'll have already seen half of the High Peak in Cromford, where we cycled from Middleton Top to Parsley Hay. Today we are going to do the second half, which is much less cyclable, hence why we're going to take the car and do some walking along the line. So basically from Parsley Hay, or the next stop on, right up to, well, past the other inclines. Hi, let's go to, we need the bit of paper which tells us where we're going. Let's go to, this is seamless, Rebecca. Let's go to Hurdlow station, which was open in 1856, closed in 1954, so it lasted 98 years. Right, so the day starts here. Cold and misty. It's supposed to be 24 today. Right, Hurdlow. Hurdlow, as we said earlier, was on the London North Western Railway, which utilised some of the High Peak and Cromford, or Cromford and High Peak Railway. As I think I said in the last video, the London North Western Railway obviously needed more of a smoother curved railway, so they straightened out a lot of this line, but built it only sort of 25 years later than the Cromford and High Peak Railway was built itself. Maybe we're being thick, but maybe that is part of the platform there.
It could be. Maybe we went the wrong way. That's not like us to go the wrong way.
Well, I know we walked that way quite a bit, but maybe that's the platform there. I don't know what an early London North Western Railway platform looks like, but that, to my mind, leading up to the bridge.
That makes sense because there's a building here as well.
Perhaps. In the tank.
You?
Oh goodness me! Right, we couldn't do. Oh god, I can't remember the name. What was it?
Dowlow.
We couldn't do Dowlow Holt. We couldn't get anywhere near it. We've got a cow looking at us, very suspicious now. So we thought, well, we go up to here to where the old line was, or where the line is, and try and get close to. Not get close. What am I talking about? Look back to see if there's any kind of remnant of it. I doubt if there was. Although it was built in 1920, so maybe a bit more modern looking. I doubt it. It'd probably be a bit of a wood job. Right. So we're pretty sure this is as close as we're going to get to Dowlow Holt. So obviously right here you've got the quarry line, but down that way back towards where the quarry was Dowlow Holt, closed in 1954, opened 1920, so I assume it was like another one of those. They opened a lot of Holts, didn't they, in the 20s?
Yeah, I think it might be useful to have one here.
Yeah, maybe maybe get some more revenue from the line here. This really goes to show what our initial rules were, as close as we can get without trespassing or endangering ourselves. Dowlow Holt is probably at least 200 metres that way. We're not going to see it, so that's that as a tick as far as we're concerned. Well, that was Hindlow. Hindlow built in 1856, closed in 1954. This is the last stop now on this short section of line, which was the Cromford and High Peak, took over by London North Western Railway. We're now going to head down to a funky little bookstore we've just seen down the bottom of the hill, which is just, that's going to hurt our wallet.
And cafe.
And cafe. Oh, bookstore and cafe. One day when I'm old, I'm going to own a bookstore and cafe.
With my vintage shop, yeah.
With your vintage, well there you go.
Vintage bookshop.
Vintage bookshop and little clothing store for you. I say little, that's really belittling, sorry.
Quite
you
frankly,
can have a little bit in the corner, love, why?
No, you can have a little bit in the corner of my shop. But to be fair, we probably got enough books to do a bookstore already, you know that, right?
Yeah, good point. Yeah, all right, I'll give you that. So anyway, yeah, bookstore next. So after that, we're on to Harper Hill, which I think there's 2 old stations there. I haven't got the location for either of them, so we'll see. But yeah, bookstore, Harper Hill, let's go. Okay, so we're just going to flip back to Rail Map Online to have a look at Harper Hill. The reason being, we completely messed up Harper Hill. So there are apparently 2 stations, Harper Hill Old and Harper Hill. So Rail Map Online has that listed there as Harper Hill, and you'll note that it is on the London North Western Railway alignment, which is this one. The original Cromford and High Peak is this one here, and the London North Western Railway that goes up to Buxton, Whaley, that way there, which eventually replaced these 2, is obviously this side here. So Harper Hill, we know from Rail Map Online the location is here. We assume that the Harper Hill Old on the original alignment potentially is perhaps somewhere around here too. Not 100% sure. Have a look at an old map, and again you can't really tell, there's nothing to give the locations away. So unless somebody knows the definitive locations, we're going to have to guess. So we're going to flip back to Rail Map Online. We couldn't get to any of this area here, and none of it is open access, none of it is a bridleway. The next bit of bridleway is right over here, near the Health and Safety Executive Laboratories, and subsequently we couldn't do any filming there either. So you're going to join us on the hunt for Ladman Low, which is right over here. So as I said earlier, we're just heading towards Burbage Tunnel actually for another video off in the distance. And one thing that's really interesting about this railway, which we read back at one of the visitor centres, is this railway, the way they built it in the 1830s, they still had their heads very much in canal building. And because they had their heads in canal building, they treated the railway, or the tramways of the time, the railways, as canals. So they said, well, we need to get over that sort of mountain range, so we're going to build like a canal. We do it incline, 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 like a set of locks. Then you do your flat, and then you do your incline. So there was no sort of, yes, they followed the contours of the land, but they also thought, well, actually we don't necessarily need to always do that, because we just build these wonderfully straight embankments with walls, as we saw yesterday.
Amazing, aren't they? Yeah.
Amazing. But they also then built up incline, 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 and the inclines to them were locks. There were rows of locks.
Yeah, that's not quite as steep, I suppose.
Well, the locks weren't as steep, no, obviously, no. But for them, they'd come up with this ingenious way of having their canal over the mountain ranges, and that's what fascinates me the most about these early railways. They started building this sort of mid-1820s, and a lot of the infrastructure was built in the 1820s, opened 1831. That's what fascinates me about this line, is they treated this as a canal. Interesting, this embankment here. There's 2 embankments. There's the one we're on now, and there's also the embankment over there, which obviously was also, I guess, some formation of the railway. We have to look on the old maps. Interestingly as well, huge sort of valley there, but no culverts in between to let any water through. No culverts this side that we can see, despite the fact that you'd imagine a lot of water would be going down there. But no obvious sort of culverts to let water through. So we've done Ladman Low. back there with the goods yard and near where the line stopped. We just had a quick peek of the tunnel, which will be in another video coming soon. If not, you may have already actually seen it, to be fair.
Which way around we do it?
Yeah, we've got 2 more stations to do.
Shallcross.
Shallcross is the last one.
Fernie Lee and Shallcross.
2 stations to go, people. We're doing good. We can do this. We reached the end of the journey here. Now, supposedly right here, right where we stood, was Shallcross station. So if it opened at all, which we think it did, it would have been for a very short period, very similar to the ones at the start of the High Cromford, whereas 1874 to 1877 they then closed the station because there was an accident, and I think they kind of panicked and said, oh God, we can't do that because of the inclines. We're now stood at the top of Shallcross incline, 800 yards that way. It goes down into the valley, down to Whaley Bridge. There's 2 more inclines immediately here, which I think are the Bunzel inclines. There's one there and there's another one, there's an upper and a lower. It's been a bit of a fascinating journey, I think, tracing a really old railway, which in parts closed really early, built in the way that they built the inclines like they did a canal, like I was saying. They had that sort of mentality about it. But it's been really interesting to see the realignment that LNWR made. It's been interesting to see a couple of different embankments going around the same curve. Yeah. Interesting to see some of the sharp goes. What a fascinating sort of 2-day journey I think this has really been.
Yes, we've had a good time.
We've had good fun. We cycled. We're completely knackered.
Slightly nicer weather yesterday than today. A bit cold
yeah,
today.
There we go.
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Right, so that's us for every disused station. From the Cromford and High Peak Railway. Thanks for watching. Keep watching. Hopefully you like our videos and what we're doing. As we always say, a video every Friday. Keep an eye out for it. Sometimes a bonus one in the week. But yeah, this has been great fun. So thanks for watching. Appreciate your viewing time.
Definitely. Thank you.